Hey everybody, AJ back. You can call me Mario Archibald. What's going on, my beautiful people? How we doing today? So I just woke up probably like 5 minutes ago. So I'm gonna be a little bit tired still, but dude, these acorns are crazy. But today is gonna be another story time video. In my last video, I made a story about the time that I almost got caught with weed by the police, and that was a crazy video. Honestly, probably one of my favorite stories and everything like that. But we got another one today. But I like to start off with the video. Thank you for 7 subscribers, everybody that's subscribed to my channel. When I started out with this YouTube channel, I didn't have much hope, and I didn't have that much drive just because I only had like I think 1 subscriber, and here we are like a month in, and we already have 7 subscribers. And I know that's such a low number, but for me that means a lot to me. It means you guys actually care for my content, and you guys actually care for what I have to say. So bless you to those who subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. I am hoping we go somewhere with the channel, big someday. I hope we can do that. So I just want to say thank you for those 7 subscribers. Some of you I know personally, so thank you to those who subscribe to my channel. Let's see, what else did I want to say? Oh yes. So I know in one of my videos I was talking about what I want to do with the channel. Kind of what I wanted to do and didn't know what to do with the channel. Kind of a mixed mixed ideas like of what I want to do. Like of course I want to stick to talking about topics, and of course I want to stick to story time videos, of course, and doing shorts. However, I was actually inspired, or have been inspired, to do kind of like prank videos. And one of my biggest inspirations are Loaf. For guys who don't know who Loaf is, I'll put them in the description so you can go check them out. I've been rocking with this dude for almost 2 years. I love Loaf. He's came a very long way, and I'm really happy to see him succeed. Whenever I'm not having the best day ever, I'll watch one of his videos, and he instantly puts me in a better mood. And I love where he's came from. He came from very humble beginnings, and that's just what you don't see in a lot of people nowadays. You don't see them coming from humble beginnings. You only see them come from like just fake upbringings, and that's what makes them boring. But what makes Loaf stand out is his realness and him being genuine. So shout out Loaf. Love you, buddy. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, today's video is going to be about the time that I was caught shoplifting with my buddies back in 2017. We're gonna bring it back to the beginning of freshman year of high school. So I know I mentioned this on my last video that there is a shoplifting incident that did take place around this time, and this is what we're going to be talking about today. So back then, I was a little like degen or whatever you want to call it. I was just a little goblin, like just a crazy man. And so on this day, we're gonna call my friend L and D. Some L and D. We were friends at the time during freshman year of high school. They were both still in middle school while I was a freshman. So they went to middle school. I was a freshman in high school, going into freshman year of high school, just so we're clear. So I remember the date. It would have been June 13th of 2017. It's crazy that I still remember the date, but hey, I just remember, So on this day, me and D were already hanging out, and we were like, yo, like, what are we gonna do today and stuff? And he had a bike, and I always walked around because I could never ride bikes. I think I can now, but it's been a while. So we were going around, and we got the bright idea that we're gonna go steal some speakers from Walmart. Now, I regret this very much, because even though it didn't leave a permanent record, even though it didn't leave like a permanent record on my record, it was still a very dumb decision. It brought out lots of embarrassment, and it just brought out a lot of like just regret, And of course, we were young and stupid, so we didn't know better, But we knew better, but at the same time, we didn't know better because we were young, so we get that young pass, you know what I mean? So, anyways, we're walking around, and we bring up the idea we want to steal speakers, and L was still in school. He actually went to summer school that summer, so he didn't get out till like noon, like 11 or noon. So once he got out, he said he was gonna bike over, and we were at our local Walmart in our hometown. So about 20 minutes goes by, and we all meet up in the Walmart parking lot, and then we're figuring out our plan. Our plan was we're just going to go inside, and we're just going to grab the speakers. And I want to add in that around this time, we stole these JBL speakers. And at this time, they didn't have the spider wire around them, which I was actually really surprised they didn't. Because usually those higher items in any store is going to have the spider wire. So it's harder to steal, of course. And so they set off the alarm in case someone does walk out with them. You get the idea, you get it. But they didn't have these. So we didn't even know that there wasn't any spider wire on these speakers. So we just walk in, me, L, and D. We walk in and we go over to the electronics section. And then, like I mentioned recently, that they were JBL speakers. They're pretty nice quality speakers for their price. And I remember we grabbed, I believe it was one camouflage one white one, and another camouflage one. So D's doing most of the like shoplifting, like doing most of the bad stuff, while we're just walking around trying to be his cover. And we were so stupid. Like we weren't careful at all. We just didn't care. Excuse me. And we didn't want to, we just didn't care. We just wanted to get the speakers and go. So as we're walking through the store, stealing these speakers, I start to pick up on the amount of employees that are like in the area. And at this point, I'm starting to think, okay, like they're on to us now. Like they see what we're doing, because what we had been doing is As we're walking throughout the store to get to the exit, D has been putting the speakers in his backpack, and I guess one of the employees tipped off another employee who tipped off asset protection. So the entire store is completely aware that we just started stealing speakers. And as we're going through this Walmart, we hit over by it was over by like the hardware section of the store, and we go over in this one aisle and we start putting these boxes the empty JBL boxes into the garbage can, and then over by there was the garden section, and we immediately bolted out the doors. And then we sprint out of the Walmart. And I remember we're like, yo, we just stole these speakers, bro. Like, we gotta get out of here and shit. And just remember, they had bikes and I was on my feet, so I had to do the honors of running, which I hate running. I hate running with all my passion. So I had to run. Excuse me. Holy shit. So they're riding their bikes and I am just basically running with them. And at this point, cops are already called. They're already on their way, but we had already left the store. Thinking back on this story, like, it's crazy how the cops did not find us the same day due to the situation, because they obviously had our faces. They had us on camera. Like, we left the store. I just couldn't believe that the cops didn't show up like earlier, find us the same day. Anyways, so we get to what? So as we're making our escape, and once we leave the area, once we get to there's this one street that leads kind of over to the high school in my hometown. I look over, and way over on a completely different street, I see a cop just passing by, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like, bro, they are on our ass. You know what I mean? They're on our ass. So we get over by the middle school area, and then we cut through this one back road that leads from the middle school to the high school. And we actually cut through this field. And there's this open field for football practice, which is no longer there. There's actually a dome there now. I miss the old days to cross into the field, honestly. But so we cross through, and we're just like, yo, we just hit like a mega lick. Like, we hit the Walmart lick and shit. And we're all laughing. We're all being stupid and shit. So after we take the speakers, we go and we mess with them. And at this time, the JBL speakers had like this all connect compatibility feature where you can connect all the speakers together and basically just like have like a little party or some shit like that. It was actually pretty lit. But that same day, we decided to start throwing tennis balls at fucking cars with rocks in them. So the cops got called, and here's the funniest thing about this situation. The cops show up, like, I would say 2 hours after we hit this devious lick at Walmart. And the cop shows up, and they're like, what's going on? Why you guys throwing tennis balls at people's cars and stuff? And one of the cops notices, like, the JBL speakers, notices the speakers. And I don't know how the fuck we did not get caught right then and there. Like, I don't know how we did not get caught. I don't know if this was the cop's first day, or if the cop didn't give a fuck, honestly, or if the cop was just really stupid. I don't understand how they did not find out about this, or like see that we had just taken speakers. And now we're hitting cars with tennis balls. Like, are you serious? You know what I mean? So that happens. And let's go on to the next day. So the next day is when shit pops off. So I am chilling at L's house. So the day previously, after when we stole the speakers, we actually split up more towards the evening. So we all went our separate ways. Actually, no. Actually, me and L actually stayed together while D left. D actually left. Me and L stayed together, and I spent the night at his house. And this is gonna be the next day. So the next day, we were chilling, and we wanted to go on a walk. So me and L go on a walk, and here's like where shit starts to go down, right? So we're walking through this apartment complex, and all of a sudden there's a police car that is like right behind us, and we're like, I'm looking at Al, I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck's going on? And the cop hops out of his car, and he introduces himself, and he walks up to us. He's like, hey, gentlemen, like, where were you guys yesterday? And at this time, we didn't know our rights or anything. Like, we didn't know that we had to call a parent and stuff in case a cop talks to us, you know. So we were just answering all this guy's questions. He's asking us where we were. He asked us if we had been at Walmart yesterday. And we both deny it. We're like, no, we weren't. And then he goes on to say, well, we have video and surveillance footage of you guys going inside a Walmart and taking speakers. And on this day when we got like caught, basically, we were wearing the same clothes as we were yesterday because that's how stupid we were. That's how stupid we were. And then we also were carrying the speakers with us. And we were smart enough to turn them off, but I had mine literally if you can imagine, like the side right here, I had it almost by my ass. The speaker, that's where I had the speaker, and the cop didn't even once ask to pat us down. He didn't even ask us once to search us, which, I mean, hey, that cop came in pretty clutch. He didn't search me, y'all. He didn't go in my drawers and ball sack tap me. You know what I mean? Ooh. I'm just kidding. Okay. So he's questioning us, and he's like, well, so we got to do a report and this and that. And then he asked L, he's like, well, what's in the backpack? And then L just straight up just comes up with an answer. He's just like, fishing poles, fishing gear. And I'm just like, dude, how are we getting away with this? Like, I'm thinking in my mind, like, how are we getting away with this? And I remember there's a second cop that showed up, and he's like this buff ass guy, like works out like at least 3 times a day, just biceps like just ripping out of his shirt, intimidating guy. He shows up, and I'm like, at this point, I'm like, bro, like, we're going in cuffs for sure. Nope. He lets us off. He took pictures of us. I remember he took pictures of us that day, the cop, because for the report and stuff. And he ended up pretty much just leaving. And me and L were like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm getting sketched. So we crossed through this little trail so we're at the apartment complex where we got stopped by the cops, and then there's this trail that actually leads to like in front of the middle school. It's crazy. I gotta find it when I go back to my hometown sometime. And we go our ways, like we go our separate ways, me and L, because we're like, yo, we gotta go, hide your speaker, I'm gonna go take mine and shit. I'm just so baffled that the cop didn't like find our speakers, like, you know what I mean? It's crazy how it all worked out, you know. Eventually I was charged with shoplifting. I'm not gonna go in like too much detail, but pretty much I had to do community service, and I actually had to write an apology letter to my sister that was working at Walmart at the time. Shout out my sister, you a real one. But basically, all in all, I was caught, and I did like the bare minimum for what I did. But the cops never ended up finding all the speakers. Apparently, they found one of them, and I think it was D's speaker that they found. But me and L's speaker, they never found. They never cared to like really look for it. So I mean, hey, wherever it is out there, it's out there, and it was in our hands first. Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's gonna do for today. I hope that satisfies you guys for story time. Drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, please. It would help me out greatly. I will drop my Cash App in the description if you guys would like to donate. You don't have to, but it is there. If you would like to donate, I would greatly appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, I'll be trying to come out with more story time videos, and eventually, when I do get better equipment and a better camera and find a cameraman, I want to start doing like prank videos. What do you guys think? Let me know. All right, guys. Well, that's it. Thank you, and have a good day, my beautiful people. Peace out.